sit here stuck inside my head. Remembering you and I analyze all those things you said. You told me you loved me, you kissed and you hugged me, then you smiled, you look in my eyes and tell me that you'll always be right there.
What's good, y'all? And happy Friday.
Yo.
It's another Friday, and your favorite aunties is back in the building. Did you miss us? Pretty sure you did. Pretty sure you did. But tonight, we are tapping into the libido blueprint. We have so many people that's out here trying to figure out what all of their sex appeal, their sex drive, and all of those kind of things look like, feel like, and how it relates to who they are as people. I mean, of course, on top of everything else that the world got going on, people are still trying to find pleasure in every way possible. So, tonight we diving into that. How you can tap into your libido blueprint, figure out what works for you, figure out what is best for you and your libido so you can get it popping. Okay? Cause we want that libido to be popping.
Yeah.
But I'm your girl Leo Rochelle, just in case you didn't know. And we got Auntie Gina Marie in the building. Hey, honey bunny.
Hey, boo.
How
What's
you
going?
feeling, mamas?
I am good. How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm
That's,
good. Today has been productive as hell. So I'm good.
that's good.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. You excited about this topic?
I'm very excited. I'm ready to dive deep.
Listen, I'm so ready for this conversation. Um, because one of the things I think a lot of us don't really do or tap into is trying to figure out how to make things work.
Mhm.
How to make them work, how to make them do what they need to do. So, I think the biggest part overall for me is tapping in and really trying to figure out some of these things within myself. So, we talk about libido all the time, but we really need to kind of take a step back first and foremost to talk about what libido is. Because we talked about at one point we talked about libido enhancements. um we talked about the enhancements, and what else did we talk about? We talked about all the drugs that they have for libido enhancement. We talked about the natural, and we talked about all of the gummies and all of that kind of stuff.
Yes.
We talked about them. But since we're talking about the libido blueprints, let's do a deep dive into what the libido is first and foremost and all of that good stuff, okay?
Yes.
So, the libido is a person's sexual drive or desire for sexual activity. Okay? That's first and foremost. It refers to how often, how strongly, or how little someone feels interested in sex. Okay?
Yes.
So, when we talk about having a high sex drive or a low sex drive or overactive sex drive and all of that kind of stuff, that's what we're talking about. That's what we're describing is the libido. So, outside of the sex drive within itself, um libido can vary widely from person to person and can change over time due to certain factors. So, a lot of us have noticed, like if we're over 40, a lot of us have noticed what that libido been doing for us. That thing been out of control.
Very.
And we be right here on the verge of hunching.
Yes.
We be out here like wild animals, feral as fuck, because it's a real thing to the the way things change over time. The older you get, sometimes it gets better, stronger, longer, and all of that. So, some of the factors, number one, hormones. The testosterone or the estrogen can be a big change in how your libido is. The age, the physical health, the mental health, whether it's stress, anxiety, or depression, because those things really do play a role in your libido and how you show up and whether or not you desire sex or sexual activities. Relationships and emotional connection, medications, because some medications do affect your overall
Libby.
libido too.
Yes, it
And
does.
then lifestyle factors, whether you getting enough sleep, exercising, whether you drinking too much, using too much recreational drugs, all of those kind of things. So whether your libido is high or low, that's up to you, boo.
Yes, it really is.
I feel like the older I've gotten, the higher mine has gotten.
But you know what they say? The older the woman in their 40s, that's when their sexual desires intense, be more intense. And I think that is so true. It
They
is.
not lying.
It's like you're out of control. It's like you're a raging teenager. That's what it feels like.
Yes. Yes.
You're like, wait a minute, there now. Hold on. Let me clutch my little pearls. Let me get my little self right. But yeah, that's what it feels. And
That's exactly what it feels like. It feels like going through puberty again.
yes, yes, yes.
That's what it feels like, going through puberty again. Like you don't know when it's gonna hit you, where it's gonna hit you, where you gonna be at, who you gonna be with. But when that shit hits you, gonna feel it.
You're gonna feel it. You're gonna be like, whoa, wait a minute now.
Man, I have it's been some of them nights where you just gotta lay still. Don't
Yeah,
move, don't
yeah,
touch nothing, don't listen to nothing, don't let the wind blow too hard, don't turn the fan on. You just gotta lay there and be still because my God, today
today is the day.
that libido be kicking ass, baby. Um, so having a high libido or a low libido is not necessarily a problem by itself, but it only becomes a problem if it causes distress, affects your relationships, or represent a significant change from your usual level of sexual interest. So if you usually like very, very interested in sex and then all of a sudden it plummets, then that's a big red flag. Because that
Mhm.
means something is going on with you um that is actually affecting how you show up in the world. Because although you're not out here just hunching everybody in the world, that means your libido is being affected by outside factors, whether it's stress, um whether it is your depression, anxiety, or any of that.
Yes.
Hey, T.
Tacity. For real.
Okay, we are 11 away from our 1K goal. I need everybody watching to go on and share it with somebody real quick, real quick, real quick. Share it with somebody and tell them to subscribe. Monday is June 1st, and I need 11 by June 1st. I need that 11 by Monday. Let's get it, y'all.
Let's get
Um,
it.
Hey, Anisha, she said a seasoned woman sex drive gets intense. Absolutely, it does.
Baby.
Absolutely does. So the only factors that really affect it are outside factors. And so when it starts affecting how you show up in the world, if it's affecting your relationships and all of that other kind of stuff, then that is cause for questioning and cause for alarm. Um the term libido was popularized by Sigmund Freud, who used it more broadly to describe psychic or life energy And though today it is most commonly used to mean sexual desire. That's crazy. Psychic or life energy, and then they made it specifically about sexual desire. I'm gonna have to dive into that a little bit more on my own, but I think um that's an interesting fact,
Right.
because initially it was one thing, now it's something else. But I'm gonna dive into that on my own because we know I geek all the way out on this thing, and we ain't got time for that tonight.
Mm.
So, um, talking further about libido, mm, mm, uh, it is to me too. Like, why do words change up? Where do they stem from? Because it literally says psychic or life energy. Now they've dwindled it down to sex drive. So why did it change, or what made it change from that to specifically sex drive? So I'll be back to tell y'all some stuff when I learn. um so libido, like I said, is a reflection of your environment. So your libido is constantly responding to your stress, emotional safety, body image, sleep, hormones, relationship quality, whether or not you are constantly overstimulated, whether you are burnt out, whether you deal with anxiety or depression or any mental health situations, and how you see yourself. Your self-worth is a big factor as well. But often people isolate libido from the rest of life. So they don't, a lot of people do not think the rest of their life affects their libido, or that their libido is affected by everything else that's going on in their life, which isn't true, because it is. It is very much affected by everything else you do on a day to day and everything else you do in the world. Because if you are stressed, you are tapped out in every way possible, financially, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, you think you gonna want to be out here hunching on somebody, or you
No,
gonna want somebody hunching on you?
no, no, no.
Now we can't say that for everybody, because we know
Some
when
people don't care.
them homosexuals be out here looking for a place to stay, baby, they can hunch like rabid dogs, and they will too. So, I think depending on the person and the situation, some people do not want to be hunching. When I'm sad, or when my depression is like kicking my ass, I don't want to hunch. But once I done figure some shit out, or I get into my mode where I'm being overly creative and all of that kind of stuff, I absolutely want to hunch like a rabbit. When you be wanting to hunch like a rabbit, what puts you in your mood to hunch like a rabbit, Auntie?
Oh, I don't know. I think sometimes I like that when I'm upset. Sex kind of put me in that,
Mm.
bring me out of that anger mode. It's sort of
Yeah.
like it's an adventure for me. It'd be like,
Listen,
hey,
get me
yo, I
right,
done
get me
told you,
tight.
leave me alone, and he keep messing with you, and then it's like you get kind of intrigued. You be like, boy, I told you, stop now, stop messing with
Get me
me.
right, get me tight. I know that's right.
You got to go ahead and give him some of that honey pie. Be like, look here, I'm gonna give you just a
Uh,
little bit, just a little bit, and before you know it, a little bit and turned into a whole lot. And
to
you
a
be like,
lot of it. I know that's right.
and then you come out the room with a big old smile on your face. Be like, okay, baby, what you want to eat
A
for dinner?
little bit then turned into a lot of bits.
Yes, 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 yes.
Uh-huh.
I like that little angry sex. Give me some of that little angry sex.
Okay. I ain't mad at it.
Mm,
Um, I think for me, like, I can't say that because I haven't really been in relationship or anything like that in a while,
Hmm.
or in close proximity to somebody that the last person, when it came down to like angry sex, it was not something that I wanted to participate in.
Hmm.
Simply because like the anger was so intense. Like, nah, don't touch me, don't look at me, don't do nothing.
Right.
Cause you didn't piss me off. Not just I'm irritated, I'm pissed off. And yeah, that's the difference for me. That's the difference for me is the intensity of it all.
Right. Right. But you know what? One thing I've learned when it comes to libido, I think sometimes people look at libido as if it's like a vacuum, like it's everything's just sucked up into it, and it's not. It like you said, it deals a lot with your reflection of your environment. It's hard to feel sexy,
Uh-huh.
and it's especially when you're overwhelmed, unappreciated. What it says, emotionally disconnected, or carrying weight of the world on your shoulders. And desire doesn't need attraction; it needs space to breathe. And people don't understand that. That's one point, that it does need space to breathe. And if you don't have that space, then your libido is like, wah, wah, wah.
Right.
It's like,
That
baby, I
thing be
need,
like, no, I don't want it.
I don't want it. Mm. And I mean, he could be the most sexual chocolate being in the world. And it's just like, no.
Nope. I'm
No.
cool on it, bro. And
And
that's
you,
when I get to calling niggas bro and all of that.
yes, you be like, now, I'll be like, now, dude, I'm cool. I'm cool, dude. I don't care what
I think
you
that's when it becomes like now I'm not even really into you at this point. This
do.
point right now, I'm cool on you, my guy. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to deal with you. None of that. I'm cool on you.
Right.
So
Now,
yeah, I
you
get
can
it.
do, you can make the thing jump. You can walk around butt naked and be like, dude, I see you.
Jump, that's hilarious.
Yeah, make it jump. I like when they make it jump, but if you in that, just not, if you're in that mood, no matter what they do, it's nothing that's gonna be like, okay, boy, bring me that thing. You like,
Yeah, yeah.
I be like, dude, I see you in what? I don't care. I don't care. I don't want it. I just don't want it. And you just be, I don't know, it's just like your whole attitude is just like funky.
Different.
It's just funky. You be like, I don't want it. I don't
Yeah,
care. I
yeah.
don't want it. It did. I don't think you realize that in the process you can hurt your partner's feelings because of the way you feel, but it's like, hell, I don't care. This is me. This is how I feel at the moment. And
Hmm.
yeah, that's crazy, but it all comes back to
But it's true.
it is.
It's
It's right.
crazy, but it's true.
Yeah.
Because I think one of the other things is that when we talk about or look at how we show up for one another in those spaces, it makes a big difference. It makes a difference in somebody saying like, okay, I see you, I understand where you are or what you're dealing with or what you're going through, so I'm able to navigate this differently with you.
Right.
But if somebody isn't paying attention to you, doesn't give a fuck about how your overall mental health or well-being is, right, ubiquitous black said, don't touch me if I'm broke, I'm gonna have an attitude. um I'll still hunch, but I'm gonna be
Then you
not
need
you
to keep
angry
your
grumpy
things to
hunching.
yourself, sir.
Not
No.
you grumpy hunching. I don't want a grumpy
I
hunch.
don't
You
know,
keep
because
that grumpy hunching over there to yourself.
that grumpy
I don't
hunching
want that.
hurt. It might. Not no, no.
Mm-mm.
Because you're not even doing it for nobody's pleasure. You're just doing it. That's not
You
fun.
just doing it because it's something to do other
You.
than worry about the shit you got going on.
It's like a hobby. Okay, let me do this right quick.
Hmm.
Nobody wants that. You
Nigga,
gonna make
you better go paint.
you better use your two hands, then try to get you some.
How about you gonna be grumpy hunching?
That's sad. That's sad. That's sad. Don't grump. Don't, sir. Do not grumpy
Don't
hunch.
grumpy hunch me.
Out here grumpy hunching. I'm gonna start telling people, don't you be grumpy hunching now.
Don't you grumpy hunch me, my nigga.
No,
Um,
half ass. No, nobody wants none of that. I want
so,
that all. Give me some good stuff.
um, we talked about the nervous system. We always talk about the nervous system. And
Hmm.
one thing I think people fail to realize is that your nervous system plays a big role in a lot of what we do, especially when it comes down to that physical contact and connection.
Yes,
That 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 nervous system is going what's is what's going to make or break what's happening with you in that moment. So,
it's
um, your nervous system tracks how safe you feel, how desired you feel, how rested you are, how emotionally connected you are, how much pressure you're carrying. And that means that your desire is often a pattern of how your life is showing up and not just some random stuff that be going on.
it's
Because
true.
sometimes we think we might just be, I don't know. Oh, I'm just not in the mood. Sometimes that could be true. But also, if you're a person who loves hunching and you really be into it all the time and you really the person that's always trying to get it and you have the opportunity to and you constantly like, I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. What's going on then? Because that sends up a flag to your person too.
It's
And that's when a lot of times people think that they person out here cheating when they when they really just dealing with their emotion or their um stress levels or their nervous system is causing them to have take a break, to forcing them to take a break. So it does make a difference. It does show up differently when it's just I'm not in the mood compared to life circumstances and situations is making you not be in the mood.
that's true.
So make sure y'all be cognizant of that. And a lot of times the biggest thing is communication. Communicate that to your person. Because if you're not communicating any of that to them, then they won't know what's happening. And then that's how people end up assuming that their partner is cheating when they not really cheating. They really out here just dealing with life stuff instead
Yeah,
of punching on somebody else. So, your libido may not like actively be disappearing. What it may be doing is adapting to the environment that you're in.
yes. It's doing this adaptability thing. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, yeah,
Hmm. um and it's adapting to the stress or it's adapting to the freedom because we got to look at the other side of it too. It's not always the bad part. Sometimes that libido be ready like Freddie on a Friday after he just got paid and you trying to catch up with it, you trying to figure out what who I'm about to hunch on. I mean, unless you're in a relationship, then of course you know who you're gonna hunch on. But when you out here single
there you
and
go.
that libido decide to kick it up a notch, baby.
Yes, yes. You be ready to look. I got to get something. Cause baby, if it's carpet burning, whatever you want to call it, I need it. I need to, you know what I'm saying? I got to have it. It's like you back
Right.
like you were a teenager. It's just that it's overdrive, super, super over.
Uh-huh.
And I can understand why a lot of younger men be like, I want these older women, because these older women, they have these sexual overdrive. Their sex drive is an overdrive, and a lot
Mm-hmm.
of the older women can keep up with the younger men
Yeah.
because they're at that sexual age where that overdrive is kicking in. So I get it.
I get it, but I still can't do the younger men.
Oh, honey, okay, I
And
can't.
and when I say younger, I mean it has to be a certain age. Younger than me, I can, but it has to be a limit, and my limit is 35. That's my limit. I can't go under 35. My oldest nephew would have been like 37.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't go under 35. I really don't like to go under 37 because that would have been his age. Like, you the same age as my nephew. No. Uh, so I still say 35 because I'll be 42 in August.
See,
So
but see, you got to understand, age is only a number, because you can find some that are way more mature than their age. Now, I've dated them younger, like in their 20s. I ain't even gonna hold you.
yeah, I just don't see how. And the only reason I say that too, again, because my youngest nephew is not my youngest, but my middle nephew is like 22.
Mm.
So anything in their 20s, they too close to being his friend. And I'm just like, mm-mm.
I don't know. I'm just in the stage of, I'm gonna turn you out. So if I can turn
And
you,
I
I'm
at
turning
you. That's just, I don't know. I think that's just me as far as
you
like proximity to the young men in my life. Like I wouldn't want nobody my age dating my nephew. Cause why? Why are you even interested in him? Like, so I think I think for me, that's how I'd be like, I can't do it. So I don't judge nobody though, but I just know for me that just don't work. Do what you do.
honey.
As long as you ain't out here, you
I,
know,
I ain't trying to.
if you ain't as long as you ain't out here going under the legal age, do what you
Oh
do.
no, no,
Oh
no.
no, I'm not talking to you in
Oh
specific
yeah,
because I know you
but you
wouldn't.
know, no, but you got some women out here that's going like that. What was it? Woman
A
came home.
teacher.
Teachers do it too, but
Uh-huh.
a mother came home and called her. I think it was her 13-year-old
Oh
son,
yeah, her
a
son.
21-year-old woman.
Yeah, he was 17 or something like that.
No, he was 13.
Oh,
Yeah, with the 21-year-old. Yeah.
I didn't know he was 13.
I think he was 13. He was younger than 17, but he looked it older than that.
Mm.
But he was out here slaying that grown woman.
Oh, no, that's too much.
And I see that's where you get into that stage of a pedophile and stuff like that. And
Yeah. And
you know,
that's the other thing too. Like I don't see yeah, nah. I don't see how people do it. That just seems weird.
I don't want to anything that's gonna, if you're not of the age to be truly consensual and able to provide for yourself and have your own place and do all of that.
Yeah.
I can't. That to me, that
Mm-mm.
is to me that you put me on that petty level, and I ain't trying to be on that petty level.
Right.
I'm not trying to go there.
Right.
But you also got to be aware, because a lot of people out here are lying about their ages. They're lying
Hmm.
about their ages, and they look older than what they were. That, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't even gonna hold you. When I was younger, I was telling people I was 18 and I was 15. But the way I was built and the way I looked older than what I was. So I was
Uh-huh.
dating grown men.
Yep.
So it's like, I look back now and be like, that could have been a serious situation. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I thank God nothing bad happened. But yeah, we have to
Oh,
be.
I get it. Because my friends, baby, I used to be out there with they little fast tails, and I used to be like, Lord, I hope we don't get in trouble because I don't want to be on punishment, and I don't want to do none of that. My one home girl ended up on punishment for a year.
Woo!
Because her mama was tired of her shit, and she put her on punishment for a year. So, hey, but I'm glad, people out here are enjoying sex and enjoying what they like, because pleasure is a real thing.
It is.
So, but also society definitely teaches people how to disconnect from their sexuality and their sensuality.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so many people out here, like, people weren't taught about sensuality. They were taught about sex.
Sexual.
We were taught about sex, you know what I'm saying? Male, female, all of that kind of stuff. We were taught about the birds and the bees. And a lot of us weren't even taught about that. We were left to kind of understand shit from whatever we saw on TV, or wherever we learned some shit from.
Right.
And that is wild. So, a lot of people were taught, one, don't be too sexual. Good girls don't act like that. Like, it's so many women now, and probably including myself. I gotta really examine myself in that area. But a lot of women grew up with the whole good girl thought process, and good girls don't do this and ladies don't do that. And so when a lot of us are moving throughout the world, we are constantly um monitoring ourselves. Am I being too much? Am I being fast? And we grown as hell, and some of us still out here talking about, am I being fast? Am I being a hoe? Am I coming off this way? Am I coming off that way? Am I acting like this? Am I acting like that? We over monitor ourselves because of how we were raised or how we were brought up. And one of the things too is, like, we were also taught, don't switch. And so that's why a lot of us girls walk like football players.
Right.
A
Because
lot
that.
of us walk hard as hell. Like, we have no strut or no grace or none of that when we walk, because they told us don't switch.
Yep. And then that.
Switching and carrying on out here.
But that switch is part of your sexuality, your sensuality. It's not your
Uh-huh.
sexuality, your sensual side.
Yeah.
And so it's like I get it. I honestly get it, because you had a lot of people that were looking at these young ladies coming up. And so the parents was like, no, don't do this, don't do
Yeah.
that. But in the meantime, you were taking away a lot of the women's essence. That's what I'm going to
Yeah.
say. You were taking
Yep.
away a lot of their essence, because this is what they are. This is who they are. And so now you raising a lot of women who are, like you said, walking like linebackers, or so afraid to just be, when they feel
Not the
themselves
linebacker.
feeling sensual, they're scared because they don't know
How to
how
handle
the
it.
world is going to perceive them. And you shouldn't, because you are a female. And at the end of the day, you are a sensual creature. And that is just something nobody can take away from you. You should embrace that sensuality,
Mhm.
not run from it. And I just think that there should be more education provided for women, because, like you said, we were told not to switch, not to do that, cover up, don't, you know what I'm saying? Or you were made to be ashamed. Oh, if you had big breasts, no, girl, you need to cover them things up. Just cover them up. Don't, even if you showed just a little bit of cleavage, it was an issue. Or if you had big, beautiful legs, you need to put on a longer skirt to hide your legs. anything. I even heard what one lady said. Her mom used to say, she used to make her wear turtlenecks because, yes, because your neck can be sensual. You know, some men find women.
Man, if
Yes,
hey,
they
look,
found.
nigga, I'm not about to be out here covered up to my goddamn neck because
Yes,
I'm trying to keep you from being turned on. That's insane.
but that was just the way the things was. My mom used to walk around the house, and she used to out. This is how she's like, women are supposed to walk around like this. I'll be damned if I ever walk around my house like that. It's just, I seen it, and I've always said I never wanted to be in a place where I felt like I couldn't be me.
Hmm.
Whether it was sexual, sensual, whatever. I'm still learning how to be just the true, authentic me, and the
Hmm.
sensuality part. That's the issue. A lot of women struggle. I'm still struggling with it. It's like
Hmm.
I don't want to come off slutty, but I just want it to come off natural. I don't want to come off, oh my gosh, she's trying so hard. She's just a slut. No, I'm not. It's just, this is how, because sometimes when you feel, what people don't understand, you can feel so damn good about yourself that sensuality will just come out of your pores.
It
They be like,
will. And a lot of times I've gotten that even when I'm not trying, like, because one, I'm naturally conversational with people, and so they
"Mm,
automatically take it as though I'm being flirty, and I'm like,
I'm
no,
out
I was
of
just, I'm like, I
conversation."
can't help it that my words sound as smooth as butter on hot bread. That's not my fault. That's not my fault. But
Right.
also with that, um, one of my homegirls used to always say that I was a siren, and I'm like, I like the sound of that, but also I didn't necessarily know what it meant.
Hmm.
And it was just because men would listen, they would lean in, they would pay attention, and all of that kind of stuff. And it's just because most of the time men just want to be heard.
Right.
And so that's what I would do. Like, I would listen and I would reflect back to them what they said to me and let them know that I'm listening. And a lot of times what women, a lot of us don't do is, and this is not pick me kind of language. This is actually how people can know that you're listening and paying attention, and that you want them to feel safe, is that you lower your tone.
True.
You lower your tone, you lower your voice, and so when you're in the presence of someone, you talk a little softer because it makes people listen, and it makes people's ears perk up. They have to pay attention when you talk softer, when you talk a little quieter, and your tone is a little more consistent, instead of, with all the rah-rah. Because a lot of time we might be in that mode, but if we're in conversation with somebody, you gotta break it down. You gotta do one of them to yourself.
Ooh, you
And
do.
that's just effective listening. But it's also how to get people to effectively listen to you. So you gotta get them to break it on down and be able to, tune in to what you're saying. So a lot of things in that regard, when it comes to just being in your feminine energy too, a lot of us are learning how to navigate it and get back into the flow of it with all that life is throwing at us. A lot of us are really trying to, okay, center ourselves, get back to our center, get back to our flow, our feel good.
Hmm.
And because shit, a lot of us have been in survival mode, and life been throwing whammies at us left and right. So
Meteorite.
sometimes it is hard to get into that um pretty. sensual, sexual, vixen type of energy. And also, especially if we're not around people that make us feel safe enough to be in that. Sometimes we're so surrounded by people who bring out the masculine in us that that's what is ever presenting a lot of times.
Right.
And I'm like, shit, I don't want to be always masculine.
Well, I mean, I don't think a lot of women want to be that way. It's just women have it's just it's I'm not trying to be judgy against anybody, but it's just given history. I'm just gonna do it like that. Given history, the way history was, women had to become masculine because of slavery. Point blank. Fathers being pulled from the homes, sons being pulled from the home. So the mother had to
Yeah.
take on that that role as mother and father. And so that made us masculine. And then as women start, as fathers start wanting to be in the homes, women were trying to navigate, how do I bring this masculine
Mhm.
energy down? And what people don't understand, everybody, male, female, have masculine and female energy.
Mhm.
And some women have just serious masculine energy, and it takes a special person, a really special person who can take that woman's masculine energy and do it like this, lay it on
Yeah.
top of that feminine. And then next thing you know, it's like this. There's that,
Mhm.
well, you know, that feminine rises, but it takes a person who's patient, who understands that this woman has struggled. This woman has been through all of this, and she had to do everything on her own. And the woman has to be willing to want to look. I just want to be. I just want you to understand. I am trying. I want to
Yep.
be in my soft girl era,
Yep.
and I want to be more feminine. I just need you to understand I'm trying. And if we can do it together, before you know it, she's in her soft girl era. She's because this man has given her a space to feel. It's all about safety. We're back at safety.
Mhm.
All about
Yep. And I've even been working on doing that outside of somebody else, like doing it strictly for the sole purpose that I want to be softer.
mm-hmm,
Um, and I've even made it a point to just have hard conversations lately. Like, hey, look, some of this shit don't work for me no more. And because I want different for myself, then I have to expect different.
it's true.
I'm not gonna keep asking. I'm not gonna keep showing up. I'm not gonna keep having conversations. It's a lot of shit I'm not gonna keep doing. Either you're going to show up this way or you're gonna get on gone. And that's where I'm at with it. I'm open a lot more now than I used to be, but also giving myself the space to be like, I can be soft. I can be a damn soul. But I think so many people so used to me like handling it, getting it done. But I'm also used to me handling it and getting it done that when somebody is offering assistance or whatever the case may be, that I'm hesitant
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know necessarily know how to receive the help or receive um not necessarily just the help, but I don't necessarily know how to receive what they may be trying to offer at that time.
It's true.
So I'm learning um because I'm recognizing so many things within myself the older I get, the less I want to be palatable. Like I don't want to be what everybody wants or expects. Like I'm me and trying to figure out what works for me when it comes to my sensuality and my sexuality and things like that because I do like cuddles and kisses and flowers and all of those kind of things, but I also like fun, excitement, random shit. I'm goofy, I'm silly, I like having fun, and that doesn't mean that my sensuality doesn't align with those things.
That's true.
And I like foot rubs. I like kisses. I like all of that kind of shit. So I I battle with toning the sensual and sexual stuff down because, like we said, I don't want nobody to be talking about, oh, she a hoe. But also, what business of that is yours if I am?
That's true.
You know? And so that's the tussle. It's like, man, fuck it. I want to say this, but also ain't nobody finna be calling me no hoe. You know what I'm saying? But also, but I am a hoe. But
Right.
not in the traditional sense. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like, that's why my whole fucking segment on here is called whole shit. Because we've been there. We've been in that space. We've navigated life so much to the point that we've all had a chapter in our life where we've been a hoe or had a whole phase or at least thought about it if we haven't acted on it. But a lot of that is that structural patriarchy bullshit that we've learned to fall within those parameters of it. And I'm like, okay, I gotta learn how to stop trying to fit into the parameters so much. Like, that shit is exhausting. I'm tired of being contained. And I made a post about that. Like, I'm so tired of being contained. And a lot of times it ain't really nobody else containing us. It's us containing ourselves because of society. So,
Right.
but society be telling us to tone it down, you too much. You shouldn't want certain things as pleasure. And I'm like, who said I can't have that? Um, but also for women, the other thing is like we get told that we shouldn't do certain things. Like we should be the one being desired. We shouldn't desire other things or men or certain aspects of sex and all of that kind of stuff. We shouldn't have a desire for that. That shit is
It's
bullshit.
it's boring because why would I just let my partner be the only one that has all the desires and I'm just basically his plaything or a playmat and it's just like I'm not having no fun. This
Yeah.
this is what makes people cheat. This is what makes people go outside the relationship because basically I'm not being seen. I'm not
Yeah.
being seen. I'm not being understood. I'm not being fulfilled. The biggest thing is I'm not being fulfilled.
But you're also not being authentic either
Right.
because
I'm
you're
faking.
not giving, it's not a give and take. It's more so of them being present and you're not.
Basically
Mhm.
it's like here you when he comes, you're like this. Yes, sir. Whatever you want. You're on your hands and knees. I'm here only to serve you.
Right, right.
I have no I
Whatever
have
you
no
like.
I have no desires.
Whatever you like.
Yes, like a robot. I have no desires. I'm just here to serve.
No.
Man, get the
Whatever you
hell.
like.
This is
I'm not
this.
no whatever you like kind of girl. Like,
This is 2026. I
I
am
am a whatever you like kind of girl, but I want a whatever you like kind of man too. Like,
yes.
shit.
We on equal playing fields. But baby,
Absolutely.
if you gonna give me whatever I like, yo, what can I do for you, boo? What you want me to do? Want me to bust in
Not
my
the deep
face?
voice.
Man, you are right on.
You can have whatever you like. That's how I'm like, shit. I love that kind of conversation when it comes to me.
Yes,
Um,
run it, run it,
but
run it.
absolutely run that shit. Run it this way. But also I love when people are in connection or I can be in connection.
Somebody in front of your window. Shoe fly don't bother me.
Oh, what the hell y'all moving? Y'all moving a barbecue grill? Or what? That shit is making me crazy. Um I got this window open, so that's the other part too. Like I'm like, yeah, damn, it's loud. Um, but one of the things that I truly would love, like at this point in my life, is to be in connection with somebody that I can explore with. Not just not just sex though. Explore life with. Like, or two partners that I can explore life with, whatever the case may be. And I keep saying maybe more than one just because that just sounds nice to me. It just feels right to me that I have more than one person to explore life with, just simply because um I've been in traditional relationships and a lot of times they just don't seem to pan out or work in a way that seems to be fitting, and I'm open to my person having more than one person, you know what I'm saying, but
Mhm.
I really just want, I really think I just want more than what we were told was possible, but also more than what we limit ourselves to. So I'm trying to figure out what that looks like. And I'm still learning. I'm still learning how to navigate that, how to tell somebody that that's what I want or desire in a relationship. It's so many things that I'm learning because it was different.
Right.
It was different. And I've been a traditional relationship girly girl most of my life. And so the older I get, and now I'm shifting and changing, and I'm like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know
You
how to
just
do
gotta
this.
do it. You just gotta do it. And it's
Maybe I should go back.
Mhm.
Maybe I should go back. I don't know.
No,
So
you
yeah.
should. Because it's if you took the step forward to even have that conversation with yourself,
Hmm.
that you're open with yourself, that that is something you might possibly desire, then I think you owe it to yourself to explore it more, just
Hmm.
to see if it is something you really want to do. And then for the people who'll be like, well, I ain't on that page, partner, keep it moving. Because this
Yeah.
is something that I need to do for myself to
Yeah.
understand if this is something that's going to actually satisfy me or if this was just a curiosity. So
Yeah.
I mean, because you already know I've been there, done that. So it's like I just feel that when people have desires like that, I think you should go ahead and pursue it to the fullest, just to see if it is something. I like I say, if you don't like something once, try it
Twice.
twice.
Okay,
You
that's
know,
me.
again,
That's me.
try the third time just to see if it's
Just
something
to be absolutely sure.
absolutely sure. So
Yes,
you
ma'am.
might be something you actually like, and then you might end up with two perfect partners that bam, it works for you know your dynetics work together, and it just is bomb. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
issues, no nothing, and everybody understands this is you might run into two different partners that want the same thing, and
Yeah.
everybody understands the same thing, and everybody understands the assignment. So then it is such an easy transition, and
Hmm.
it's easier to explore. But I think for me, when I was going through my stage, yeah, I'm still. But anyway, just to have someone who's on that same playing field, someone you
Hmm.
can talk to, someone that you can explore with. It's fun. I mean,
Yeah.
it's fun. And
Yeah.
then you learning about yourself. It's because people are so scared to pursue their desires. And that's the thing. You should never be scared to pursue what you like.
Yeah.
This is why we have so many people who are in the closet.
Yes.
There, you know what I'm saying? And then are you having people who are deciding to end themselves because
Because
they
they
have
can't live in their truth.
they can't live in their
Hmm.
truth. So it's like I encourage anybody, if you have a desire to sexually or whatever, long as it's not you about trying to kill nobody behind it or
Yeah.
anything, hurt nobody,
Yeah.
then do what is going to be best for you. Because at the end of the
Hmm.
day, It's you that has that desire, and only way you're gonna, because only way you're gonna be able to get it out your system is to experience it.
Yeah.
Just it is.
Yeah.
You don't want to be 80 years old talking about, well, damn, I should have
Damn,
went
I
and
should have.
did
I should have got with that little young man.
it.
But
You know what I'm saying?
that's the
You
other
don't
thing
want
too.
to
I
coulda,
think,
woulda, shoulda.
yeah, and I think too, a lot of times when we have these platforms and all of those kind of things, like how do you keep certain things private? How do you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be secret, but you want to be private. And so that's also sometimes the fine line when it comes to things. Hold on, let me close this window because you can hear them.
Girl, I can't hear nothing over these
Your
people down.
friends over there. It's the same ones over here too.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, that's why I'm like, can you hear them? Because they loud to me. So
they
okay.
going crazy. So no respect. No
Loud
respect.
as hell. Y'all wait till 9:30 at night to be moving. Um, but one of the things is like how you navigate those kind of things when you do have a platform, when you do have so many bigger things that you're trying to do when it comes to business and your brand and all of that. But then you're like, but this is also my life here. This is part of my life right here too. So
Right.
then you try to merge it or try to put it out there or try to put those things where you're not hiding who you are, but you're not telling everybody all of your business. And so it's been that kind of, this is interesting kind of thing because you're navigating shit in this way and you're like, okay, I'm still trying to navigate this and figure this part out. But how do you figure out this part when this part is steadily growing, And so I've always wondered that, but also I think I've done a really good job of keeping a lot of my shit private, not secret, but private. But now I'm in a space where it's like I got questions. And
Right.
I ain't trying to just be out here reading shit. I need to have real conversations about some of the things that I got questions about. Because what is this thing? And what's that? And what is this about? And tell me more about this because that's where I'm at in my life. I am in my curiosity phase of life, I feel like. And I got questions and I need answers to my questions so that I can start feeling crazy about the things that I want to know about. But also, I feel like we can't tap into our sensuality fully if we're ignoring our pleasure space or what we desire as pleasure for ourselves. And so that's the other part for me, figuring out what pleasure looks like, what um not just what pleasure looks like, what I want pleasure to feel like, how I want pleasure to show up in my life all the way across the board because I don't want to be out here and I'm losing my shit cuz I'm deciding to keep the things that I want as pleasure so wrapped up and so tight and now I can't even experience it cuz I'm scared somebody going to say something. Fuck all of that.
Yep.
Say what you want to say.
Yep. And then you had to look at it like this, because we have this platform. And in order to be more authentic, you want people to be able to relate, because
Mhm.
only do people, uh, us have these questions, other people have these questions. Some people are
Exactly.
scared to even speak on it. So if we're going to bring it to the forefront, it gives them the true side of, okay, so they're not scared to speak on it. And if they're not scared to speak on it, and we can get it, jump in the comments and ask questions about it,
Yep.
it makes
Yep.
people scared to speak. You know what I'm saying? Scared not to be seen. Basically, they're not being judged. We're not
Yeah.
judging because we are human. We have desires. We have questions about certain things, and we want to get an understanding about things. And the only way we can actually get that if we communicate. And
Absolutely,
like,
which is why I'm even saying it, because I'm like, we do have this platform, and
right,
then it's two sides of the same coin. Like
right,
discussing all of the things and talking about the things that a lot of people may want to have conversations and ask questions about. But then also, I'm people. I'm the people that have the questions or want to understand it. And we know I will geek out about some stuff and I'll deep dive and read and all of that, but I also have questions. And so, me navigating and figuring out what my future looks like or what I would like to line up and make all of this feel, you know,
right.
juicy and loving and beautiful for me, I'm figuring that out. And I can't say that it's been easy. It hasn't, because in some moments I'm like, oh, yes, that's what I want. But then as I get to seeing other people navigate certain things, it'd be like, that look crazy as that look chaotic. That look like it's too much. I don't know. And so I've still been pushing myself beyond my limits though, when it comes to like thinking about it, writing about it, looking into it and things like that, because I don't want to leave this earth and not be fully satisfied in every way possible.
True,
I want to
true.
be satisfied. I want to live a life that's full, not just a life that is fitting for what people think, or, a life that somebody may feel like they're able to speak on. Like, you can't speak on my life because I'm living my life the way that I want to, and I'm living it authentically in a way that is fitting for me.
Yeah,
And being a former people pleaser, that's still something that's hard to do as well, because you grew up one way, you learned all of these things a certain way, and now you're like,
I'm tired. I'm
your head get to spinning sometimes, because now you have access to so much. We have
right.
access to so many things, so many people, so many understandings, so many walks of life, so many different religions, so many different things. So a lot of us be like, give me all of it. I want all.
Hmm.
So it is sometimes overwhelming to figure out what pleasure, what your desires are, what that looks like. Because I be questioning sometimes, like, should I tell people certain things? Or like, and then sometimes I'll be like, no, I'm just be quiet. I ain't gonna say nothing. But other times I'll be like, no, I need to say something. So it's still figuring out, but I think that's because society gets off on
That part,
shaming people for having desires that don't fit,
the norm.
yeah, the norms, or the standard for what they think is pure, or you know what I'm saying. I'm like, but like you said, and my sister said, and a few other people said, I mean, if you ain't, it's people out here murdering folks, so I think you'll be fine when it comes to what you desire and what you want. Just do it, enjoy it, have fun with it, and it's not nobody else's business at the end of the day.
It's not.
So,
It's not.
um, because the world we live in, they gonna shame you anyway. But also, it's so much more happening in the world than for motherfuckers to be worried about what I'm out here doing with my privates or my not privates. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
all of that.
So,
Nobody's. I
yeah.
just think that if the world would just stop worrying about what goes on in somebody else's home, we'll have a better off world. And just let people be who they want to be. And I think you have so many more happier people because they wouldn't have to hide behind stereotypes, hide behind
Hmm.
these cloaks that they build. Uh, they're one way in their homes, but when they walk outside, they put on a cloak just to fit the norm, and they're
Hmm.
missing. So it's like if people just mind their own god darn business,
Listen. And as long as you ain't harming nobody, like that's my biggest thing. Don't be out here harming nobody.
no,
Don't
unless
harm nobody. The minute you start harming people, now we got some questions that need to be answered. But
right,
when it comes down to actively just being yourself and living your life the way you want to live your life, if you're not harming anybody, you're being honest, you're being straight up, you're making sure you stay healthy in every way possible, as far as, all of that good stuff, then I feel like nobody should be in your business. But also, that ain't never stop nobody from being in nobody's business though. So, and people be judgy. So, and I think that's just because people don't fully understand certain things. But a lot of the stuff that we were taught, it creates shame, it creates guilt, and then a lot of us spend most of our lives trying to navigate shame and guilt because we don't want to feel shame and guilt. So then we become judgy, or we're so used to being judged that we try to do the bare minimum that will have us be judged or feel like we're being judged. So that shit is crazy. But a lot of times that shame is put on women. But and this the part, I'm the top three: women, black women, plus size people. And so that's one of the things, like, they try to shame the fuck out of women, black women, and plus size people, but also queer people, disabled people, and older adults. People are
Yes.
so good at shaming folks for that. And so a lot of people have learned to suppress what happens naturally within them, but also they've been able to suppress their sensuality based on what society believes is the norm or what should be. So, um, but you cannot fully access pleasure while constantly monitoring yourself for judgment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it is. You can't be out here thinking you finna enjoy all of your pleasure and you trying to dodge judgment. Just be yourself
Yep.
and let people deal with it how they gonna deal with it. Um, the second part is that your body remembers emotional experiences. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the body builds association. So if intimacy has repeatedly been connected to criticism, pressure, obligation, insecurity, emotional neglect, and shame, that is what your body may stop responding. Your body may stop responding openly to pleasure, because there is a book called The Body Keeps the Score. The body is constantly aware of what is happening, what has happened, what's going on, how you live in your life, the stress that you're dealing with, the depression, the anxiety, the people, the men, the women, whoever you're dealing with, your body is gonna remember all of that. And if a particular person makes you feel shame or guilt or hurt, your body gonna remember that, and your body may not allow this person to be open to pleasure with them, even though you may have forgiven them. Your body like, but I haven't.
Right.
Your body is like, I didn't forget this motherfucker. So I don't know what to tell you. But your body is not broken. Your body has learned to operate with the yellow light. You not green or red. Your body is at that yellow light, that yellow flashing light, telling you like this is a warning. And you just have to learn to navigate stuff differently. So the emotional experiences matter so much more, or just as much as the physical, because you have to navigate that, because otherwise your body is not going to show up. Your body is not going to show up for pleasure when you're monitoring. Oh my god, I wonder, is my do I you got all of this shit going on through your brain. You can't even tap into the pleasure because you're used to being judged or ridiculed or somebody having something to say, and it's just crazy. So,
Yes.
um, the body remembers the tension, the rejection, embarrassment, and emotional inconsistency. So, and like I just said, even when the mind wants to connect, even when your mind is like, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, your body like, what I say. Your
It
body is constantly like, we not doing that. So, um, we just gotta create better experiences for ourselves based on the people that we're dealing with. Some of those people that we experience have to be better, uh they have to have better compatibility for us. Like we just can't be dealing um with any Tom, Dick, and Harry and then thinking that they're going to be able to be suitable for our body to be received, or you know what I'm saying, like we gotta be cognizant of who we're dealing with, because that
It's,
makes a difference. So um and then sensuality is bigger than sex. A lot of people think becoming more sexual means becoming more performative. What do you think, Regina?
becoming more sexual. I don't.
Yeah, becoming more sexual means becoming more performative.
I don't think so. I think when you become sexual, it's like a awakening. And it's not necessarily becoming performative. It's just you're more open to different, I'm gonna say, ideas, options, exploring avenues.
Hmm.
Um, it doesn't make you performative. To me, performative is, well, every time I look up, I'm going to perform. Every time I see this person, and
Yeah.
that's what I think of when that word is used. So, especially when it comes to sex. But I just think your sexual, it's like you're learning. It's like a process of learning, of growing. How can I hate when it's in my head and it don't want to come out. But it's your sexuality is, it's like renewed, being renewed.
Hmm.
And I just don't see those two words to me going hand in hand when it
Yeah.
comes.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Um, I feel like for me, it's more about embodying who you are and like actively tapping in to yourself. Like the one thing that I absolutely love is I love wearing crop tops and my waist beads, and I love showing cleavage. I don't care who like it or who don't, but that's just something that I've learned to enjoy. That's me. and
Right.
and I laugh because people are like, you ain't got your titties out.
And you got an issue?
So what? But I feel like sensuality is like embodying the person that you are, embodying the all of your essence,
Mhm.
all of who you are, because and being feminine or sensual doesn't have shit to do with a color. Yeah, we got on pink robes. That's just cuz our logo got pink in it. But if it was black or whatever the case may be, it would still be about us embodying sensuality, intimacy, relationships. That's what we talk about here.
Right.
So I think when it comes to like embodying that, I think it's just important. I think it's important overall. But um people think that, becoming more sexual means becoming more performative, but it's really about presence, um being pleasure aware, having pleasure awareness, confidence, softness, curiosity, and connection to your own senses. So you got to be connected to your sense, your smell, sight, taste, touch, all of that. But sensuality can also look like dancing. You be dancing, Regina?
All the time, baby. All the
You be
time.
dancing.
I be in the
Slow
kitchen
it
cooking,
down.
in the kitchen, and it's like sometimes it's like I'm fast, and then sometimes I just want to
Yeah, you wanna.
just like,
You gotta
yeah.
get them hips moving.
And it's like, especially when you move, I don't know, it's something central about just moving your hips. It's just,
Uh-huh.
especially if you move them, and you be like, oh, okay, that feels good. It is, but it's like when you, to me, when you open your hips, it's like opening your body up. It is just,
Uh-huh.
girl,
It's
move that
them
body,
chakra.
girl, just move
Yeah.
it. It's it's awakening. That's what I'm gonna say. It's
Uh-huh.
awakening your soul because so many people are so stagnant and just stuck. And it's like it's the power of music. It's the power of the body, your soul.
Uh-huh.
Move your body. You be like, whoa! I didn't know my body could do that. Wait a minute. And
Yes, ma'am.
start listening to the music and you just let the music just like take over and before you know it you're just like whether you're even if you can't dance and you're just taking your hands and you're just like
And moving, just movement.
moving it is
Uh-huh.
it's freeing it's just
Yep.
like and it's funny because if you have little people around you especially little girls they see
Uh-huh.
this and they copy what they see and it's
Yep.
like oh my granny or my mom, they just like to just move. They like the freedom of the body. The body is powerful. So why would you limit
Yeah.
the movement?
Of your
Yeah.
body. Listen, absolutely. Um, I'm getting back to the movement and the pleasure of movement and the enjoyment of movement. I've been hula hooping, and that's been my enjoyment and things like that. So that's been fun. And even like we were saying, sensuality can look like slowing down. Some of us are always in a rush.
Mm-hmm.
We are always in a rush, going, doing, hurrying, scurrying. We got to get here. We got to get there. We got to do this. We got to do that. Like slowing down and actively enjoying the pace.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we be walking so fast and hard. That's why we can't switch because we in a hurry. So we gotta
Right.
learn to slow down, learn to enjoy touch, enjoy and enjoy dressing up intentionally.
Yes.
Cause a lot of us don't get dressed on purpose. We put on what we put on just because we going what we going real quick and then we coming back home or whatever. But dressing intentionally, feeling connected to your body and allowing yourself to feel good without guilt. Because a lot of us feel guilty when we feel good.
Yes.
Um, and so a lot of us uh try to force sexuality before rebuilding the sensuality first. So make sure you out here enjoying yourself, loving on yourself, caring about yourself, and navigating things in the best ways possible. And then our last point for tonight. Oh, well, the question that I have based on that is how can someone fully experience pleasure if they rarely allow themselves to fully feel? You can't. You can't do one without the other. You have to feel in order to be able to experience the sensuality and all of the good shit that comes with it. So you got to slow down. You got to enjoy touch. You got to take the time to tap in and connect with self. Um, and then pleasure requires permission. We got to give ourselves permission to enjoy the sensual, the goodness of that sensuality and all of that good stuff. So, most people believe that you got to earn pleasure, that you got to rest first, that you got to look a certain way, that you got to heal completely first, because that's the shit we constantly saying out here. You got to be healed. That lose weight or you got to become confident first. Those are all lies. Start where you are with what you have, with where you are right now. Um, it that delays you being able to embody exactly who you're trying to become. You
Yeah.
gotta embody it so that you can start to work towards what it is that you want. Um, That's why I even put on something different up under my robe tonight. I was like, let me go put on my little shit. And then yesterday I walked around the house. I have another really long kimono type silk robe. And I walked around the house with that on yesterday because I am intentionally trying to create spaces of pleasure for myself. And if I'm gonna be at home, I'm gonna put on some shit that makes me feel good. And I'm gonna put on some stuff that makes me look good or be present in my body. Cause I like the way little silky shit feels on my body. That's why Pablo calls me Auntie Silky Thick. Because like I started buying robes like this and was wearing them all the time just because I like the way it feels.
Mm-hmm.
So being intentional about all of that kind of stuff. But that mindset delays the embodiment, but pleasure becomes conditional. Um but truly sensual people often share one thing in common. They gave themselves permission to feel alive. So give yourself permission to feel alive, like right now. Not when you lose weight, not when you do this, not when you do that, not when you look a certain way, not after you do more healing, not after you do this, that, and the third, or whatever. Do it right now. Give yourself permission to feel alive right now. And I feel like that's where I'm at, and that's what I've decided to do. So now I'm actively moving in that space of showing up and being more alive intentionally. Um, so this is how you get into your pleasure zone and reconnect with yourself. Um, Stop treating pleasure like a reward. Okay. Pleasure is not something you unlock after perfection. You do not need to lose weight first, become more attractive first, fix everything first, get your mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, and financial self in order first, because that's not going to do it either. You are allowed to feel sensual now. Gina, what's something that you did in order to like fully tap into your pleasure, or what is something that you're doing now to fully tap into your pleasure?
Something I'm doing now to fully tap into my pleasure
Mhm.
mm, is, well, I like to, which is kind of weird, but it's me. I like to basically like come in my room and I get in my bed and I like to just sit in my bed and just think of things that make me happy, things that turn me on. And it's like that like helps build how I feel.
Mhm.
And it's like um touch, touching your body,
Uh-huh.
you know what I'm saying? Because
Reconnecting.
you just basically just connecting with myself, just
Yeah.
basically ground, grind, grinding, grounding myself with myself
Yeah.
because a lot of people they say they want pleasure, but they don't even know what pleasure feels like. So because they're so afraid to touch themselves.
Mhm.
And so that is something that I do for myself is
Yeah.
like sometimes we forget that we are sexual beings and we forget
Mhm.
that our skin have so many has millions of
Sensory. Mhm.
sensory, and that is just something that I do to bring just recognition to my baby girl. You've been through all of this, all of that, and it's like nothing to like nothing sexual. It's just pleasure. Just I like the way my skin when I touch my skin. I like
Mhm.
it feels so good. It's like relaxing. It's calming. It's well, damn girl, you forgot that you can feel this, and you don't need anybody else to make you feel this way. So
Yeah.
if you learn to make yourself feel this way, imagine how you can teach that partner
To have,
that
yeah, to
you
make you feel that way.
make you feel that way.
Yep,
So you tell me,
absolutely.
what brings you pleasure, or what have you done or are doing to, I can't even get the words out, uh be more pleasurable when it comes to your life.
For me, like I said, I've just been like being more intentional. Like I take showers with the lights off now. Because that for whatever reason, I don't know why it's something like super like calming and connecting and whatever. I gotta get some more candles because I usually would light candles and just cut my lights off while I'm in the shower. And now the rest of my house gonna be lit up like a Christmas tree. The rest of my house gonna be lit up like a Christmas tree, but that bathroom gonna be dark. Um, but also just putting on stuff like lotions that smell good, body oils, making sure that I put on my perfume, keeping my hair cut because that makes me feel real. It makes me feel a way when my hair is cut and I can be cute and be, be outside and I don't have to worry about looking a mess. But also making sure I got cute earrings because I feel like I can't go outside without earrings on. So making sure I have those. Um, Making sure that when I am at home, that I put on stuff that makes me feel comfortable. And it don't always have to be like over the top, like lingerie or nothing, but stuff that makes me feel cute. Like I got on some really cute shorts because they are colorful, but also if somebody was here they would like these shorts too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they would like these shorts too. But I like them because you see all my legs, not even just, you know what I'm saying? You see my whole leg. So I love that. But just those kind of things. Making sure that the body washes and stuff that I use make me feel away, make me smell away, and all of that kind of stuff. So those have been the smaller things, but I'm definitely leaning more into doing more things so that I can fully tap in because I deserve that. And I think being in survival mode for so long made me forget that I deserve pleasure in more ways than just sex. So I'm getting back to that. So the other thing that we should do is study your desire without judgment. Pay attention to when you feel most connected to yourself, what environments make you feel open, what drains your attraction, and what helps you feel alive.
Mhm.
um Observation creates awareness and awareness creates change. So be pay attention to yourself, pay attention to how you feel and what you got going on and when you feel your sexiest and all of that kind of stuff. One of the things I love doing is putting on dresses. That's another thing too.
Mhm.
Putting on dresses,
It just
so
brings out the feminine side. It just makes you,
mhm, make you feel sexy.
yes.
um And number three, rebuild sensuality through the senses, reconnect through music, scent, texture, movement, touch, self-care rituals, intentional clothing, and again, slowing down. Sensuality begins in the body before it becomes sexual. Okay. And then number four, reduce self-monitoring. We got to stop monitoring ourselves so hard. We monitor ourselves harder than anybody else, and a lot of times that is part of what makes us um that's what is part of the reason why we can't really get into the pleasure like that because we are monitoring ourselves so hard. So a lot of people are not fully present because they are mentally observing themselves, thinking, do I look okay? Am I doing this right? What are they thinking? Do they like how I look? All of that kind of shit. Like, fuck that. Feel yourself, look good, feel good. And I'm learning to do that too because I do monitor myself more than people actually think I do. Oh, and so I'm learning to be present. Presence increases um um Pleasure increases your presence increases your pleasure. That's what I'm trying to say. But and let yourself be seen without performing. Your sexiest self is not a character. It is often the version of you that feels safe, feels grounded, feels expressive, and feels emotionally free. Authenticity is magnetic. And we've witnessed that on so many occasions with each other. With you being your authentic self and me being mine, we've witnessed how people draw to us when we're out and about, when we're doing stuff and all of that kind of stuff. So it absolutely matters. And then build a life your nervous system can relax inside of.
Yeah.
um Pleasure expands when your life includes rest, emotional safety, boundaries, joy, softness, and self trust. The body opens when it no longer feels trapped in survival mode. Ain't that what I just said? We got to
Yes.
stop being in survival mode. And so your libido may not be low, boo. Your body may simply be exhausted from surviving in environments that disconnected you from yourself. So reconnect, tap in, do what you got to do. Put on some clothes, go sip some wine, go do a sound bath or whatever. But whatever you got to do it for yourself. Your pleasure deserves it. You deserve it, and all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
And look out for some adventures that we may go on this summer that'll help us tap into ourselves, each other, and help you all to understand what pleasure looks like outside of sex, tapping
Yeah.
into our sensuality and all of that good stuff. So get prepared because we finna be outside. We about to be outside. But that's all for tonight, y'all. We hope that you are taking notes. We hope that you are ready to get out here and really deep dive into your pleasure, your sensuality, your sexuality, and your joy because you deserve it. You do not have to reach a certain point in your life in order for you to deserve better. You don't got to be out here at your worst in order to deserve pleasure. Like you don't have to do all of this healing and self-correcting and you ain't got to have $1 million in the bank to deserve pleasure. Okay? Stop
That's
letting
true.
people lie to you. Give yourself permission to enjoy things, enjoy life, and explore things. Give yourself permission. I promise you, you won't regret it.
You
I
won't.
promise you that. But we finna
You,
get out of here. We thank y'all for tuning in with us tonight for another episode of PGC After Dark with the Crazy Rich Aunties. We finna get up out this thing. We hope you enjoy your Friday and your weekend. And guess what? We out. Love y'all. Make sure y'all check us out on all podcast streaming platforms. And we finna go. Love y'all.
love
Bye.
y'all. Bye.
Trust, dependency, love, respect, passion, pain, intimacy, pleasure. I sit here stuck inside my head, remembering you and I analyze all those things you said.